So you want to be fully staffed all throughout the year? Well, guess what? Here's how you can do it. The best practices have figured out that it's less about doing this and more about the beingness. In other words, I want to converse with you about what I really think the chemistry is or the energy flows are that have to come from you as the owner and clinical directors and management within your practice. That is a vibe that is felt within the practice personnel, top to bottom, sideways, side to side, so that everybody feels like, to one degree or another, no matter how big the practice is, I'm going to a family-friendly, fun working environment. And the key word here is environment. I don't want this YouTube channel to be a series of lectures, but what I do want it to be is a series of discussions of enlightenment, a little bit of broadening your horizons, if you will. And oftentimes, if in fact we just share doingness actions and in logistics and policies and procedures, although those may be important, I think we're missing the bigger message. I think we're missing the secret sauce to your success in private practice. And your success in private practice has to do with you. It starts with you. And then it has to do with those that you attract to you, that come to you because of what you are and who you are and what you're striving to do, what your philosophy is. It's all about the magnetism, if you will, of good uptone people who want to be together for the right reasons. If I go into a clinic and I see that they're routinely short-staffed or they're routinely having it difficult keeping up with their growth, it's either poor planning or poor attractiveness. And here's what I mean by that. If you interview therapists right now, as I just did, literally last week, I was in Florida talking to a new grad who's taking his time to get his boards and get a high score and get the job of his dreams. And then another new grad who had just graduated, got his temporary license, and he immediately took his position. In talking to both of these individuals, what I found was, yes, their instructors in academia is doing us no favors. I mean, that is just something we all know. Academia and these professors are telling these kids to get out there and get $90,000 a year plus benefits, plus. These kids haven't even treated anybody yet, logistically, without supervision or guidance. I mean, affiliations, okay, I get it. But what is it that they're really looking for? What they're really looking for in that 0 to 3 years out is they're looking for, obviously, mentorship, guidance, direction, opportunity for them to actually practice with some degree of autonomy. They're not looking for opportunity of clinical management or junior partnership in the practice. So as a business owner, what I would suggest is, just like in business, you find a need and fill it. So like Consumer Reports, which is why it's so successful for so many decades, it finds what the consumers need and want and brings that information back to the producers, back to the product manufacturers, back to the service business owners. Because if we know what's needed and wanted, then we could actually meet that need and develop a product or a service that exceeds their wants. When you can be in excess of one's expectation, they'll never go anywhere. You'll never be short-staffed. I mean, obviously, people do get pregnant and stay home and have a family, and that's totally fine. People do relocate and move. People do have reasons. But the senior reason why one gets out of bed and goes to work every day doesn't change. They want to feel, number one, a part of a group, a part of a family, if you will, a part of an organization that collectively has a mission, has a purpose, is doing something. I want to ask you and challenge you, when was the last time you put out there to your staff, hey, this is why we come to work every day. This is what we're striving for each and every week and each and every month. This is where I want the practice to develop and be in existence in another 24 months. And yes, in reality, in physical, operational success, not just talking about it, not just bright ideas. People rally behind a leader who has a mission, has a plan, and can execute on that plan. I've often said when I go into practices and I do practice evaluations, what do you think of the owner as a personnel manager and as a leader and executive? And the staff look at me and they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, a personnel directed leader or manager has great communication skills, great ability to rally the troops, great ability to communicate the mission and purpose, get people on board, push wind in the sails, get people motivated, get them excited about why they're here and the people they work with and the people they treat and the public we service and what we're doing in our community. It's not about the therapy. It's not about the notes. It's not about the reimbursement. We can get all tied up in the 8 to 23 minute rule, all tied up in the AMA 8-minute rule. Yes, these are logistics you need to know. There are 64 key statistics that are necessary to be successful in running a practice today. Yes, we need to know that. Analytically, we need to know how to actually scale our business in an 85% rule, how to actually not get upside down in our payroll, what percent should be devoted to marketing, what percent should be devoted to operating expenses, what percent should be in reserves. Yes, mechanics, but that's not why people stay. That's not how you're going to be fully staffed. That's not the clinics that I see that are just robust and they're just scaling and expanding without any trouble. They don't do it because of that. That is a necessary factor. That's like going to my car and I'm assuming the wheels are still on the car when I pull out of the driveway or when I get into the garage. Clinicians and staff that come to work assume you have that stuff figured out. And if you don't, you need to find a group that can help you with that, whether it be our group or some other group. You need to know the administrative logistics that you're going to leverage, the tools you're going to use to apply to the nut and screw and bolt to turn it to get the mechanical thing done that you need done. But I'm telling you, it's not a sign-on bonus. It's not the base salary. It's not the mechanics that's going to keep you fully staffed and fully ahead of your need for scaling and expansion. It's the beingness, it's the philosophy, it's the message, it's the participation sport. It's like, I want to wear this jersey because you guys are always the winning team. So what is it that has to be communicated to these individuals or to the people you're trying to attract that makes you the winning team? Because this is how you can succeed in scaling expansion with the right staff. Message number 1. We're here for the public to try and achieve as much optimum health in everybody in our community as possible, and all of our programs are geared and engineered to that fact. We believe that each and every human being was put on this planet to help each and every other fellow human being. And collectively as a group, we're going to design our business plan, we're going to design our approach and our message out to the community that if you come to us and see us in our practice, it's because we have a set of skilled clinicians that span the spectrum of diversity in terms of the diagnoses they can treat, the conditions they can treat, the skill set that they have to help you at the greatest percentage possible achieve optimum health in the shortest period of time possible. We have a operational system whereby no matter who you speak to in our clinic, you're going to get the sense that you're being advocated for. Whether it be the person who's working our front desk and taking the phone calls, whether it be the person in billing, the tech, the PTA, or the DPT. All of our staff have been trained and oriented to communicate with our patients from a patient care advocate point of view. That is what we're all about. We have a personnel incentive program. We have a personnel acceleration program. We do not have a personnel management program in our practice. Now I'm talking more to the clinicians you're doing the phone screen. You're going to tell them right off the bat, we're not like corporate America. We don't have a personnel management department. We have a personnel acceleration department. We believe people come and join our team, get on our bus for a period of time. That could be 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. We hope it's till retirement. But for whatever period of time that they're with us, we're going to contribute back to them in a form and fashion that they feel within their DNA, within every cell of their body, that we're enriching them as an advocate for their professional career. How do we do that? We have mentorship days, 1 to 2 a month. We have professional enhancement day, 1 every single month. In our employee acceleration program, we actually have a continuing education budget that is geared and engineered to put you through a series of courses and coursework and training and certificates to get you to that residency level, get you to that, expert level clinician in whatever degree or aspect of physical therapy care that you want to practice. When you come in our doors and you accept a position with us, we see you as being a mutual fund, your own personal mutual fund. It's the best way I can explain it. You're taking a position with me and I'm going to invest in your mutual fund. You're not coming here to work for me and investing in my 401k or in my IRA. This isn't about me. If it was about me, I would have been just, doing my own thing and been on a solo sport. That's not what this is. If I have 3 or more people in an organization assembled for a common purpose and common goal, I have a company. And I have a philosophical reason for assembling these people for the betterment of the team and the people we service. How are you communicating that? Letting each and every employee know, especially your clinical staff, know that accepting a position here is accepting passage onto an island that you can practice with a degree of autonomy, that I'm going to be the cruise ship to come in each and every month to port and provide you with all the supplies you need to flourish and prosper. And I'm literally seriously 100% on board with the idea that I'm investing in your mutual fund of your license, your professional career, both personally and professionally. By making this place fun, we're going to have monthly gamification. We're going to have a game where there's prizes and certificates going to the highest achiever within our organization and acknowledging patients for various things to make it fun and make it exciting and make it dynamic. You know, people love being a part of something that is bigger than the doingness. And that's what I'm trying to communicate. If you're really having a hard time finding therapists, well, number one, it's a 5-phase step approach. It's a 5-step approach. I call it 5 phases of hiring. And one of the biggest aspects that sit behind these 5 phases of attracting new talent, new public, is retaining your existing talent and your existing public. I know you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, Brian, it's all about the money today. These people want more money, more benefits, and working less time. Yes, there's some of that. I get that. I'm not ignoring that. My head's not in the sand. But do you really want that person? Is that really the person you want? You know, I've recently hired so many wonderful people in my company. And you know how I'm doing it? By putting a test in front of every position that I'm looking to hire for. If you want an interview with us on billing and posting, if you want an interview as an account manager or a billing team manager or a patient registration, a remote front desk person who can really literally do all the work for you without a screen and without software, literally just go into your system, handle the calls, schedule the patients, and manage it for you. Well, guess what? That person's going to have to take a test and demonstrate to me that they really want this position. And the test results show competency, a baseline competency in this area. Then we'll interview them. We'll go through the interview. We'll give them a tour of our organization through Zoom, virtually, on what we are all about, who we are, what our mission is, why we've been around for over 2 decades doing what we do. Why do we have the degree of success that we have? It's because other people's success is our success. And they're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, your individual success is interdependent on the team's overall success, and the team and organization's overall success is greatly and solely dependent on the people we service. The people we take care of, the billing contracts we have, the billing clients we have, who we call and check in on. How's it going? Any concerns? What can we do better? What do you need more? Do you need some coaching along with your billing services? We'll coach you on hiring, on marketing, on social media, on better, having your therapist do better coding and better note-taking, whatever it is. Because if I can't exchange an abundance above and beyond what other people are doing, just pumping out claims, posting payments, and telling you what your AR is, then I'm just like them. I have to be an industry disruptor. I have to be a differentiator. I have to exchange an abundance with every single one of our clients. So what are you doing? Not just exchanging an abundance with your patients, but what are you doing to exchange an abundance with your staff? And it's not about money. It's not the green paper with dead presidents on it. And if it is, it's a prize to be won. It has to be a merit-based level of exchange. And so it's earned income. If you have that and you have accelerated opportunities for greater financial gain, I'm all about it. But if I walk in, like I was talking to an owner yesterday, and the therapist was, well, I really like to come into this young program you've got going on. And, if you could pay me $90,000 a year, I want to work 30 hours a week. I need some work-life balance. And on your bonus system, could you give me 1.5 points of the normal points? Because I think I come in with some, 3 years experience in this degree of specialty that you're looking for. And the owner calls me and is like, what? I'm like, wait, what? So this person is all about I, me. Okay, so what you've done is you've lost the conversation. If this person is responding by email to you based on the interview you had, you lost control of the conversation some point in the interview. Go back to Mega Academy and look at phase 4, the interview. You are never to lose control. You are to control the narrative. You are to direct the conversation in a way that the person feels heard and validated and acknowledged. I'm not saying in any other way than that. But this is the philosophy to how you can be fully staffed. I can tell you, I shared with her, you need to have a dialogue with this person, reset what this position is about and what you have to offer and what this person's looking to gain and the potential gains that they have by doing this with you. The alternative is everything else that's out there, and it's not you. So cherish that, believe in that philosophy, believe in yourself, and know that no matter what, you are the best of the rest for the reasons that you can stand behind. And guess what? If I'm saying that to you right now and you're like, yeah, I don't know that I really have any of that, then you have to get it. This is why we're so busy here. We're 5, 6, 7 coaching calls a day for me personally, because people are looking to be enriched. This isn't 1995. This isn't even 2005 physical therapy. Get the patient, treat the patient, do the notes on the patient, get paid on the patient, get the next patient. This is about creating a culture of uniqueness, of bonding and philosophy in which that person who is looking all for themselves, we would say to them like, look, here's what we're actually looking at here. We have a private golf course. It's by membership only. And I really want to attract the best and the brightest people. And I believe that you have the ability to be one of those people. Notice I didn't say you are. We believe you have the ability to be one of those people. You have a great start to your career. You have a great track record of success where you've been. But with our group and our organization, we take everyone to heart who comes in here. No matter where they're starting. I don't care if they've been out 20 years and they walk in here. That's their starting point. They've been out 2 months and switched their job. That's their starting point. It's our responsibility to advocate on your behalf based on where you are in your professional and personal life and career and what it is that we can do to enhance that joy, happiness, professionalism, expertise in the area of physical therapy that you are passionate about. This is a team effort. This is a family-wide approach, and I really mean that. We look at you as though we have to invest in your entrepreneurialism within our entrepreneurial organization. Our statistics and metrics will guide us and direct us as to where we need to lean and help and support you so that you can exchange in abundance with every single patient you come in contact with. And even beyond that you are contributing as a group to every one of our social events, community events, social media broadcasts, to our larger community, that we are here as a business in your space, in your community, in your town, in your city, to make a difference. We are not here to make more money and buy a bigger boat. There's a lot of successful businesses in our town and our community that we know that that's what it's all about. That is not what this is. This is about exchanging in abundance with each and every person who we are fortunate and feel blessed that they have chosen our PT practice as opposed to one of the other 12 2 miles from here. And that we, in some way, shape, or form, have parlayed that back into the community, whether it be through the business association, the VFW, the Mom with Multiples Club, the Stroke Support Club, the charities that go on at the local hospital. We will participate in that. With every local physician's office, I like to think they have a charitable passion. They have a community outreach, and I want to be a part of that. And that's what this practice is about. And that's why we give you our t-shirts. That's why we say, ask us about direct access. That's why we engage you in questions and thoughts and ideas, because we want to be the Consumer Reports of optimum health and high functional independence within our town and our community. Yes, this is all messaging. Yes, this is all philosophical, but you've got to take that and put that into a package that people can feel and people can sense and they can touch and they can see it in the eyes of your employees and see it in the spirit of the people that work here. And you, if you're an employee, you can see it in the eyes of the patient. You can see it in the enthusiasm that they're so grateful that they're here. my final message here is I knew that that had happened for me in my practice when one day I was standing in the grocery store line holding my groceries, and there were two senior citizen people talking in line, and one was talking about her husband coming out of the hospital with a total hip replacement needing outpatient therapy, and the woman who she didn't even know ahead of her spun around and said, oh my gosh, I went to Cypress Creek Therapy. They were the best. You may have to wait a week to get in there, but it's worth the wait. The therapists there are fabulous. The space is fabulous. The environment, the colors, the message, the theme. And that's it, people. I created a whole theme in my clinic that people felt good with. They got iPads to sit and play with when they were on sitting in the waiting room or when they were on hold. I had little muffins that people could get. I don't know if you're going to do that today, but man, it was awesome. And that woman said to the other woman, is that right? Yeah, he did better than I would have ever expected anywhere else. You can't miss out by going to Cypress Creek Therapy. It's the place of choice. And I'm covering my shirt with my logo because I didn't want to interrupt and I didn't want to be, oh, I'm the owner of Cypress Creek Therapy. So I didn't say anything. I just let it go. But I came back to work that day and I said to myself and I said to my wife, I said, if this is what the people of our community are saying to one another, then we have gotten our message out there, because that is my goal. That's what made me feel like almost like we arrived, right? And then shortly thereafter, we won Practice of the Year. And that solidified it. Being the best practice in the country in 2011 was just, the seal of approval. So strive for that, everybody. That's my message. You can do it. I can share with you the mechanics. If you're hung up on that, like, but Brian, what do we say in the ad? Where does it go? How do we attract people? We can't even get people to respond. If you want those mechanics, I'm all about that. I've got a million of those successful actions I can share with you. But it's about who you are and what you're building and who the people that you've assembled around you and the image and the impression and the sense that you're giving to the patients that are coming in some way, shape, or form, always being an advocate on their behalf and exchanging in abundance in the process. Don't get stuck on the money. Don't get stuck on the income squeeze. Don't get stuck in the news. Don't get stuck in the bad messaging. Literally, all of that stuff will drag you down. I want to lift you out of that and get you to look over it and see that you can create your future. Your world is the world you've made. It's what you've created. I truly believe that. And I can help you create one of the best PT practices out there if you just so choose to avail yourself to changing your ideas and changing your thoughts and then seeking these logistics. You can succeed with them. So thank you for listening. I do appreciate this opportunity for you and I to spend this time together, and I'll go into some more details in the next one. Thank you so much. As always, start each and every day expecting to do well.